Hi guys, Chef Kevin Belton here. Can you believe there's a day for almost everything? And actually there's a day for toast. Well, you know, when you go to brunch now, everybody's talking about avocado toast and this type of toast and that type of toast. So I figured, hey, today, why not show you a couple of different toasts, okay? The first one we're gonna do is more of a shrimp, Cajun-style shrimp toast. Now, I'm using shrimp that I've already cooked, all right? You could do raw shrimp, season them, toss them with a little olive oil, stick them in the oven to bake them off, then take them out once they cool, give them a little chop. Here, these were seasoned. I have a little garlic in them, seasoned with just a little salt and pepper. Now, what I have here, I have mozzarella cheese, I have Parmesan cheese, I have a little sour cream, and I have a little mayonnaise. As far as seasoning goes, I have onion powder, thyme, oregano, and of course our Creole seasoning, okay? So basically, this is nice and simple. We're gonna mix all these together. And instead of doing it on regular toast, I decided to do this on French bread, like a little baguette, all right? So where we have individual taste. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and take our seasoning, mix this together, sprinkle this on our shrimp, all right? Then take our cheeses and our mayo and our sour cream, give this a stir to get this all mixed together, and then we'll just put them together. Now, I'm using mozzarella cheese, I'm using Parmesan cheese. You know, pretty much, it's about the flavors that you like, all right? Now, if you wanted a low flavor, a little mustard in here, you could. You know, if you're not a fan of mayonnaise, little Creole mustard in this would be really nice, all right? So you can see how easy this is. Now, I would have my shrimp cook. I wouldn't do this with raw shrimp because go ahead and have your shrimp cooked because this isn't going in the oven very long. So now all we have to do is put a little bit on each one, okay? And you can do it, pile it up as high or little as you want. You can see the oven is set at 40 degrees. These are gonna go in the oven for roughly, basically 6 to 8 minutes. We just want our cheese to melt, these flavors to get together, that mayonnaise, that sour cream. We just want all of these flavors just to blend together real quick. And basically all this has to do is heat up, okay? So this is something, if you want to get together for a party, you could have these made ahead and just pop them in right before, I say a party. Now gang, you know I'm talking about that party we have with our family at home, okay? Because that's something that we've been doing. Since we can't have friends over and we can't go anywhere, we've been having our own house parties. So it's still a party, it's just the only people that are invited, the folks that are in the household. So this is something where it'll be a little bit different. Why not maybe do this for like dinner and have this just a little bit different? So I'm gonna get ready to get these in the oven. So when we come back, I'll show you the next style that I'm making. So we'll see in a little bit. Hi guys, welcome back. Now, if you've gone to an Asian restaurant and on the menu you've seen shrimp toast, that's what I'm going to show you how to make, all right? Now, I did this in the food processor, but just to save the noise, I've already done it, just so you didn't have to hear it buzzing and all. But the easiest way is to put everything in the food processor. What I've done, and I've done it the traditional way, I used a little bit of pork with the shrimp. So that's what I processed in the food processor. Now you could do it just shrimp by itself, but I decided to do it the traditional way, okay? Now, what we're gonna add to this, we have a little salt, we have a little bit of sugar, and this is cornstarch, okay? So let's mix all this together, get that sprinkled in. The other thing what I have here, I have an egg white with a little sesame oil, just about a 1/4 teaspoon of sesame oil. You know, sesame oil has such a flavor, okay? And like I said, normally this would have been in the food processor going together, but I figured you didn't need to hear all of that sound and all of that noise. So we're just gonna get this mixed in really well. And lastly, I have cilantro, green onions, and this is fresh ginger that I grated, all right? And we're just gonna get this mixed in really well. Now, of course, in a food processor, the green onions will be a lot smaller, so will the cilantro. And if you don't have cilantro, you can use parsley, all right? But just make sure this way, if you're doing it by hand, just make sure it gets mixed really well, all right? To make sure everything is blended in. Everything, all that seasoning is in there. The cornstarch is everywhere. Now, as far as the toast goes, okay, we made the more Cajun style with a baguette. Here, I'm gonna use, you can use regular white bread. I'm using a seeded bread because that's what I have. Now, there's a couple of ways of doing this, okay? Some folks like to smear it on, then cut it, or you can take it, cut the crust off, all right, get that crust cut off, smear some on, and then cut it in triangles. If you've seen it, it's always, a lot of times you see them in triangles, okay? And then we can just smear them on. Once we get this onto here, I have toasted sesame seeds. So let me show you what I mean. I'm gonna take a little bit, get it spread on. You wanna try to get it even, okay? Just so it cooks evenly, all right? Then we take our toasted sesame seeds, sprinkle them all over the top, and then give them a little pat, just to make sure they're latched on, okay? Now, because this is raw shrimp and I'm doing it over the bowl, notice, any sesame seeds that I have left, I'm gonna go ahead and toss out, just in case they had some raw shrimp on here. So I'm gonna go ahead, get these all done, then I'll show you how we'll get these cooked. So we'll see in a little bit. Hi guys, welcome back. Now, I got the oil real hot, and as you see, I started frying, okay? So those are the ones where I cut the crust off, these where I didn't. Now, what you want to do when you fry, you want to put the shrimp side down first. And you want to make sure that oil is hot. You can hear the sizzle. Now, it's going to take about just 2 to 3 minutes on each side, okay? Actually, the side with the shrimp need to cook longer. So that's gonna take at least 2 minutes on the front side. They get nice and toasty. You can see how toasty they get when they fry. That's why it's all nice and golden brown, the sesame seeds on the top, all right? And those were toasted sesame seeds, but remember, we need this heat to cook the shrimp. They smell so good, especially those sesame seeds when they cook. So our final ones are done. Now, if you wonder why this looks so dark, I did this with wheat toast, okay? They normally won't be this dark if you just use regular white bread. But because I used wheat, that's why they look a little dark. All right, but I tell you what, different breads will have different flavors. I mean, you know, we did the other ones on a baguette, and of course you could do these with baguettes. I'm gonna just take a little salt, just sprinkle right on the top after they come out like this, okay? So, let me grab the others out of the oven right quick. Oh, look how beautiful these are. Here, you can move over. You come sit right there. Now, of course, you could put a little parsley. You could decorate them however you want. A little parsley, a little bit of green onion on them. But here, let me put them on a plate and show you how we can present them, how they look so good. Here, let's grab one more to stick here. All right. You come with me. Oh, that cheese. Did you see that cheese? Remember, in here we did mozzarella. We did a little Parmesan. Oh, that one came off. All right. You know, actually, what I should do is I should get the spatula. So I'm making sure I get that cheese, because what happens is they bubble and they start to stick with that cheese. But I tell you what, they are so good. I think the family would be really happy with this. All right. So I use shrimp. Try it with crawfish. But I tell you what, it's going to be good. I can't wait to eat this. Keep washing those hands. Keep masking up. Stay safe. For WWLTV, I'm Chef Kevin Belton, and thank you for cooking with me today, and we'll see you soon.